Hi there, welcome to Kneppy Invest, and welcome to the most lonely and boring trading day of the year, December 27, 2024. Why is it the most lonely? Well, because we just had two no trading days, then we had a trading day today, and then the weekend comes. So this is the only trading day among 5 calendar days. So that's why December 27 is lonely and the most boring day of the year because there's just been no announcements. Zero. Well, not zero. There's been a few announcements. But in fact, if you have a look at market index, in fact, I do like this now a little bit more than ComSec. And the whole reason, if you go to ComSec, they double up on many of these announcements, particularly these, a lot of the ETF announcements, they just double up. So you get a lot of announcements. Anyway, so let's have a look at the announcements being released today. Price sensitive announcements. There have been none. Literally none. A lot of ETF announcements in regards to distributions. There was a company called Equinox Resources that released something at 8:29 a.m. and then just ETFs. Bowen Coke and Coal released quarterly sales record at 9:08 a.m. and then some couple raising announcements, some suspensions, debt facility. That's it. Trading halt. A loan facility established, and 2 ASX price queries. Nothing much to choose from. So what I've done is I do have top 5 stocks of the day. Number 1, I've already recorded that video, and it's not any company that's released an announcement. That is on IPH. I've been looking at that company a little bit closely, not too closely, in the last few days in regards to whether or not IPH is good value right now. If, and I didn't make this clear in the standalone video, if I would consider it high quality. And in fact, I made a determination in the video that IPH could not be considered high quality because of the lack of earnings per share growth. Anyway, I have come up with a group of 4 other companies in the top 5 stocks of the day that did release announcements today. Maybe not interesting announcements today. And I have just changed one of them. I just noticed Green Critical Minerals released a price query. I had included BrainChip in the top 5, but Green Critical Minerals' response was much better than BrainChip's. By far, way more better than BrainChip because BrainChip just said, no, not applicable, no. I hate that sort of response. Green Critical Minerals, Minerals, a company I've never heard of before, did not do that. Okay. Otherwise, today's been good, hasn't it? Pretty nice end to the trading week, even though it's been a very short end of the trading week. It's been a good day. No complaints from me. My portfolio was up pretty nicely. It was up 1% last time I looked, so that's fairly similar to the small caps, up 1.1%. Resources doing still green or still up, but a little bit behind the others, only up to 0.21%. So let's have a look at the ASX today, or the best performing sectors and indices, and also companies. And everything's in the green. All sectors in the green. In fact, discretionary up 0.95%, except utilities. But I have a feeling utilities had a good week. Yeah. Utilities up 3.48% for the week. So this is just probably maybe some profit taking. And discretionary down the bottom, just ahead of materials. So mining not doing well right now. And if you have a look at the monthly chart, yeah, mining's way down the bottom, but it has been better than real estate. While discretionary staples doing really well. So retail doing good over the past month. ASX indices, I'm trying to look for the ASX 20, up 0.45%. Let's have a look at the companies within this particular indice. We're looking at the best or biggest, not the best, the biggest companies on the ASX. Some experts equate biggest or bigger with better. That's not true. Rudy is one of those. He always says that he prefers the bigger companies because they're better. That is not true. Absolutely not true. I don't stand by that thought at all. Maybe you could say they're safer. Maybe that's it. Maybe. Anyway, let's have a look at the pretty good day. 15 up, 4 down, 1 flat. Which 4 companies are down? WiseTech, QBE, BHP, and Brambles. And the 15 companies up include Aristocrat, REA Group, and Goodman Group, all up by over 1%. And Westpac up 0.68%. CBA up 0.55%. So a good day for the banks, and the banks are still significantly overvalued, particularly Commonwealth Bank of Australia. Okay, let's turn our attention to, not even sure why I'm doing this, top gainers and top losers. Most everything within the top gainers and top losers are going to be because of noise, just noise. Although green critical metals up 33%. Oh, they did receive the price query. So again, they did not release anything interesting. Some big turnover here though. Tivan and MTM critical metals up on pretty big volume. In fact, let's have a look at the chart for TVN. TVN. We'll have a look at the daily chart. Oh yeah, this one has just popped up higher. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this company over the past month or so, and share price has really popped up higher. Broke out on the 8th of December. Share price did not get any lower than that day. That's a good sign. And for some reason, it's popped up higher today. Again, it's just noise, just a little bit of noise. And MCM has been, is that what it was? No, MTM, not MCM. MTM has been on a roller coaster ride as well, but generally going up. In fact, I'd say this is in a really nice uptrend. A few things I like about this: price action and the corresponding volume action as well. I'm pretty sure I've talked about this company a few times over the past month or so, maybe less than a month. I'm just looking for interesting companies here. Appen up 15.75%. Not sure why. Drone Shield up 15.6%. Again, just noise. Let's have a look at the chart for both of those. Is this a reason to get excited? Appen, I think this is just day traders getting excited. It does look like the uptrend is coming to an end. We have these big up days, and then it can be followed by a big down day, and that's a sign day traders are just loving this company. The volatility. Don't forget, day traders love volatility. They love this sort of thing. So one of the reasons I'm staying well clear of Appen is because it is a plaything for day traders right now. And then the valuation, that's the other thing. $571 million market cap for a company that, who knows if this company is going to survive. We just don't know. And Drone Shield finally having a good day, but this again is probably just a little bit of noise. Nothing to get too excited just yet. And that's about it for the top gainers. Again, nothing has been released today, or very little has been released. SPC Global up 18.37%. But again, that's been going up and down. It could go down 18% tomorrow. Now let's have a look at my market cap. Mesoblast. Okay, so Mesoblast, I am trading Mesoblast, so I'm not disappointed. That company share price is up 9.6%. But again, noise. Catapult, not disappointed with that. BrainChip up fair bit. They did release the price query, the most boring price query you can release. No, not applicable. No, boring. I've already talked about Appen, Drone Shield. We've also got Equinox here. So a lot of previous or past market darlings are riding higher today. Orthocell up. What can I say about Orthocell? Share price just keeps on increasing. The more increases, however, the more, I wouldn't say nervous I get, but it's just been going up too much. So I did take a position in Orthocell somewhere here. It was like 80 to 85 cents. I can't remember exactly what. And I didn't expect this movement since I bought. I thought maybe to go up a little bit, maybe down a little bit, but share price just keeps on going higher for Orthocell. And Electric Optics, Vita Medical, SKS Technologies, nice little rebound for that company as well. So a lot of, I'd say just, I wouldn't say market darlings, but a lot of past hyped companies. And on the other side, a lot of these companies are already in really nice uptrends. For instance, Catapult Group, beautiful uptrend. Orthocell, beautiful uptrend. Metro Mining, beautiful uptrend. SKS Technologies, still think that's in a nice uptrend. Anyway, let's turn attention to the top losers. Okay, Mighty Kingdom, that is in my top 5 stocks. Really low turnover, but down 55.56%. Talking about low turnover, 8VI Holdings is down 53% on $486 of turnover. Just imagine that. Just imagine a shareholder of 8VI Holdings and you went, I've got to sell my shares. I'm going to send share price down 53%. Let's have a look at 8VI. 8VI. Is this the company that's is delisting from the ASX? I have a feeling it's delisting. Yes, voluntary delisting from ASX announced on the 20th. Share price would have absolutely collapsed that day. Yeah, it did. So share price has decreased from 4.8 cents before they announced this to 1.7 cents. And one of the reasons they delisting is because they think they're undervalued. Well, what do they think now? And this is the problem with some management teams that are going through this process. We're delisting because we're undervalued, but by the nature of public versus private companies are valued less. So even though you're delisting, you're going to be valued less. You're not going to be valued more or correctly. In fact, you could say the public sector is, or the public market is valuing it just the way you should. Anyway, so never get surprised when a company announces their delisting, the share price can collapse. It can, and it will collapse. So that's 8VI. And if you have a look at the summary right now, to be honest with you, the next trade could send the share price up a fair bit because look at the gap between the buyers and sellers. It's a massive gap. And the share price was down as much as one. So share price actually opened at 3 cents, and then the next trade, 192 shares, which was valued at $2, sent the share price from 3 cents to 1.2 cents. That is what can happen to companies like this. What else do we have here? Istana up and down. I do like the most previous announcement from that company, but the market is just not convinced. Singular Health Group. Is this a buy the dip situation? I probably want to see a little bit more downside. I'm pretty sure I mentioned I would expect the share price to fall. So probably the share price I'd be looking at is around about 18 to 19 cents before I think maybe, it could even fall more than that. That's like the first price point I'd be going, maybe this is a buy the dip situation for Singular Health. But this is just one day here, and there could be more to fall, but this could be it. Maybe the share price will see some support at these levels, and that would be a good sign moving forward for that particular company or this company. Otherwise, nothing of note. A company called Manhattan Corporation, another company I've never heard of, down 9.52%. Okay, let's have a look at the top losers by market cap. Vulcan Steel down, Veeam down, anything of note here? And I think the answer to that is no. No, no, no. Nothing of note. Again, boring day. Nothing much has happened today. Although saying that, we have seen some pretty significant movements in some companies' share price. Okay, so let's have a look at the top 5 stocks of the day. And first, we have Green Critical Minerals. It was going to be BrainChip, but BrainChip answered their price query with no, not applicable, no. But that's the only one I had, the only choice I really had. Unfortunately, Green Critical Minerals also received a price query from the ASX, and their reply was much better than BrainChip. I believe when a company receives a price query, they can use their imagination, use their creativity in answering question 3. That's the whole point to question 3. And Green Critical Minerals sort of have done that. So let's have a look at their response to the price query. So share price has gone up a little bit today. Not only today, I'm pretty sure the share price went up a fair bit last Tuesday. Yep, up 80% on Tuesday. So 80% Tuesday, up another 22% today, maybe even a little bit more. So the company has received a price query. So let's have a look at this company. I'm assuming, because I know nothing about Green Critical Minerals, that this company is one of those company that is mining for minerals or commodities that is beneficial for the green environment, or the whatever you want to call that, and they're critical. Yeah, just based off their name. You could have been a little bit more creative with your name. Significant progress on construction of VHD tech pilot plant. What's VHD? I don't know anything about VHD, so let's learn about VHD. What is VHD? It doesn't really say here. VHD technology plant. I just want to know what it is. In fact, I just Googled VHT, and we just got Green Critical Minerals. Virtual hard disk, I don't think that's right. Minerals. VHT graphite. Maybe it's their own thing. I have no idea. Let's see if I've got an about section. They do not. Okay, so let's move on. I don't really care. Let's have a look at their price query or their response to price query. I don't really care about the price query itself because I know exactly what the ASX is asking green critical minerals. The first question is usually answered no because that is a bad look. When a company has price sensitive information, they have not released it and the share price pops up, or the complete opposite. And they've answered that no. Question 2 is not applicable if you answer no to 1. But question 3 is the way this company or a company who receives this sort of announcement from or the query from the ASX, they can be a little bit creative because the ASX is asking the company, is there any other reason that you can see why the share price has moved? Any reason. You can give any reason at whatsoever. You could talk about the astrology. You could talk about the alignment of the moons and the stars. You could talk about black cockatoos landing in the trees, and you thought that was a pretty good sign, and you think that's why the share price has been. You could just be so creative. You can put whatever you want. And when a company answers no, which what BrainChip did, why? Do something. And green critical metals have answered this. So this is what they've answered, or how they've answered this one. The company has had recent positive share price and volume momentum throughout December from its progress update announcements on its VHD technology pilot plant. The potential of VHD technology and its Asian roadshow refer the company's announcements released 5, 9, and 12 December. The company is also aware of a general positive sentiment in the industrial technology space and its ASX-listed peers. That's a pretty good response. I like that. They're just saying, well, this is why we think the share price has moved. At least they haven't answered no. Learn BrainChip management. Anyway. And the other thing is, it actually can be beneficial for the company. When you've included something in this that you have not released to the market, that it may not be considered price sensitive, but you can just put it in here. You could say there's been a lot of positive sentiment a lot of positive talk about the company in hot copper, or maybe Facebook or something like that. That's all you need. Anyway. I still don't know what VHD technology. So let's have a look at chart for green critical minerals. By the way, the share price is now above 1 cent. So technically, I can trade this. It's above 1 cent. So let's have a look at chart. And I'm going to have to agree with the management. The share price of this company not that long ago was 0.2 cents. And then all of a sudden, on the 30th of October 2024, share price rose 250%. And look at the rise in accompanying volume, the corresponding volume. A really big rise. So suddenly there was an increase in interest in this company on the 30th of October. And let's go back in time and let's have a look at that announcement. 30th of October, acquisition of advanced groundbreaking graphite technology. And there we go. They made an acquisition of this VHD VHS tapes. Maybe they actually mentioned what VHD stands for. Just VHD graphite. Is that all? Is it very high density graphite? Maybe. I just want to know what VHD graphite. I'm going to actually Google VHD graphite. Maybe that's what I need to do. A high-performance graphite block that's created using proprietary technology developed by Professor Charles Sorrell at the University of New South Wales. Oh, there you go. Oh, thank you, AI Overview. You've been very helpful for once. Anyway, so let's just move on. I'll be honest with you, the chart, it's not a bad-looking chart. There's been definitely a shift in sentiment in the trend of the share price. I'm going to put this on my watch list. I'll put this in my watch list. It does look interesting. So thank you for replying to that price query in a good way, because otherwise I would have been taught about BrainChip and how boring their reply was. Okay, coming in number 4, we have Bowen Coking Coal, BCB. I always want to put BC8, which is Black Cat Syndicate. Share price up 1 or 0.1 cents. This is not a company I can trade because it's below 1 cent. So even though share price is up, in fact, it was up a little bit more than that because it went up to 0.8 cents. I can't trade this. But quarterly sales record while coal production remains robust. So this is definitely a coal company because it's in their name. And I found this intriguing. So they're increasing production. They went into production not that long ago, it seems like. and it seems like things are moving in the right direction. And then I had a look at the chart and went, "Ooh, I'm seeing something completely different." When I look at the chart, share price is struggling, really struggling over the past few years. But this company is now in production. And then I had a look at the shares on issue. Yes, this is a case where the company should do a share consolidation. So let's start there. Now, they're just talking about how they've had their record production or something. Yeah. Um, the most interesting things, I don't really care about record production. I just want to know the costs of getting the coal out of the ground and the prices they're receiving. And I don't think they really talk about that right here. Yeah, so that's what I want to see because I need to see if this company is profitable at these levels. The worst thing could be the company's not making any money by mining the coal. So increase in production is actually not beneficial. It's actually worse for the company because they're burning through more cash. So this could not be a good announcement from the company. Anyway, so let's have a look at BCB. Bowen Coking Coal. Company has 10.8 billion shares on issue. All you need to do is a 10 for 1 share consolidation. You can get that down to 1 billion shares on issue, and the share price would be up to 8 cents. You could do 100 to 1 share consolidation. You still have 100 million shares on issue, and the share price would be 80 cents. And if it gets up to 80 cents, I could trade this if I wanted to. Now let's have a look chart for Bowen Coking Coal. Actually, one of the things I want to do, I haven't done this yet, is I just want to see the last financials. Just want to see. You might not get anything. I'm not sure. I'm just seeing this announcement here. First run of mine, coal mined at Plumtree North. They just did an equity raising on the 1st of November, $70 million. So they've increased the shares on issue there. I would say 70 million they had to raise or they had to issue a lot of shares. I'm going to see this. Yeah, we're talking about a couple of billion shares just to get this capital raising through. $70 million, that's a lot of money for a share price that is quite low. But the one thing I want to do is have a look, the cash flow report. So this is what I really want to look at. Is this company on the cusp of being operating cash flow, free cash flow positive? So let's have a look. A lot of cash receipts. Okay, so the first thing I see is a lot of cash receipts. And that could be a good thing. But look at the production. Production's 84 million, cash receipts 68 million. So again, just because they're increasing production, they may not be positive because that means they could be burning more cash. And they're operating cash flow negative 22.4 million, even though they had $9.3 million in withholding tax received. This company's burning through cash, and that's probably why they had to do a capital raising. They also received $30 million through the sale of property, plant, and equipment. And borrowings have increasing as well. What sort of borrowings does this company have? $148.7 million of borrowings. Oh, I'm staying well away from this one. Sorry, Bowen Coking Coal, I am staying well away from you. Not that I was thinking of buying shares in you, but a lot of red flags. And finally, the chart. Well, the share price at 0.8, 0.7 is a negative sign. And the chart, whoa, what an ugly chart. So back in 2022, share price of this company was as high as 42 cents. It's gone from 42 cents to 0.7. This has been a capital destroyer. I feel very sorry for anyone who's been holding shares in this company. And yeah, this is an ugly looking chart. Share price now below 1 cent. Anyway, staying well clear of this one. Bowen Coking Coal. Coming in number 3, we have EQN, Equinox Resources, because it's one of the only announcements released today. Share price down 8.7 cents. Montazite, hosted REE, and multi-commodity potential at Rio Negro. 93 pages. I did not open this up. Looks like maybe it's in Brazil, I'm assuming. Rio Negro, Brazil. Share price down a little bit, so market doesn't like it. So let's have a look at the chart. This one's going to be short. EQN, Equinox Resources, and the chart does not look good. Now, in saying that, the share price is at 10 cents, right? The share price went to 10 cents back in December 2022, and it rallied off 10 cents. This company listed, by the way, in 2021. Share price then went down all the way to 10 cents. It rallied off 10 cents. It went very close to 10 cents in June 2023 and rallied, and pretty nice rally. Went from 10 cents all the way back up to 44 cents. Share price then fell back down to 10 cents recently, and we have seen a little bit of rally, but not much. So 10 cents is a support level for this company, and lo and behold, where is the share price right now? It's at 10.5 cents. Not many buyers at 10 cents and below that. I wouldn't be surprised to see the share price fall a fair bit, although not a lot of volume. That's the other thing. Fairly low volume for this company. So really, this is not that, to be honest with you, this is not, the volume is telling me this wasn't a really important, significant announcement. If it was really important and significant, there would be more volume. So even though share price is down, I think it's just more noise than anything else. So that's Equinox Resources. I'm just going to have a quick. I'm going to just have a quick look at what this company does. Looks like REE. I'm going to see if they've got any sort of presentation here. Titanium. That's interesting. Antimony. You'd think this company share price would be running higher. Iron ore. Looks like they're in everything here based off these announcements. So antimony. What else was here? Iron ore. What was the other one? Titanium. Interesting. I'm just going to have a look at their quarterly activities just to see if they do mention where all their projects are. So we've got Brazil. So Brazilian, Hammersley, Brazil and Canada. There you go, in British Columbia. Okay. And I'm assuming no production. Let's confirm, no production. Not burning through a lot of cash, but no production. Coming in number 2, we have Mighty Kingdom. Share price down a lot, 58%, 1.9 cents. It opened at 4. Imagine if you bought some shares at 4.5 cents. How are you feeling right now? Oh, yes, someone bought some shares on open at 4.5 cents, not a lot. And then someone at 1:17 p.m. said, screw this, I'm going to sell 50,000 shares at 2.6 cents. And down she goes. And share price just keeps on falling. We have seen a little bit of volume coming in, but not a lot. So this shares in this company have been suspended recently. It's really interesting, however. I'm going to see if I can open up the right announcement. So on the Christmas Eve, they released a continuation of suspension from quotation. And I'm hoping this is the announcement. Yes, this is the announcement. Okay. So they just mentioned shares will be continued to be suspended because pending the release of an announcement regarding a material acquisition and capital raising. I went, ooh, that does sound interesting. So shares will be suspended until they announce an acquisition and capital raising. And today, they announced a restatement to official quotation. But there was no acquisition announcement I see, and no capital raising. There's a debt facility, but no capital raising. So why are they back to trading? I just don't know. So let's see what they say here. Suspension has been lifted following or satisfying ASX of its compliance with the listing rules in relation to the secured convertible debt facility announced on the 24th of November and following release by MKL of a further announcement and an amended Appendix 3B today regarding the facility. And based on ASX views that it is otherwise appropriate for Mighty Kingdom securities be reinstated. What happened to the other announcement? What happened to the acquisition and capital raising? What's going on here? I have no idea. Anyway, share price down a lot. Let's have a look at the chart for Mighty Kingdom. This is like the only time I'll ever talk about you, more than likely, because you released this today. If you released it next trading day, I would have completely ignored you. And Mighty Kingdom's chart is horrendous. In fact, today could be the day for horrendous looking charts. Share price of this company has dropped from when they listed they must have done a share consolidation, because it says when they listed in April 2021, share price was as high as 450. I don't think that's true. I probably would say 45 cents. So it wouldn't be surprising if this company has done a share consolidation. So share price has dropped. Take into account the share consolidation, if they've done one. Share price has dropped from $4.50 to 1.9 cents. Talk about capital destroying. Hopefully, no one has invested their hard-earned money into this company over the past 3 years. Ooh, eek. Okay, and that is the top. Well, it's not the top 4. It's companies from 2nd to 5th. I've already done a video on IPH. They did not release any announcement today, but I have come to the decision that I thought maybe there might be some good value in IPH, but I think the answer to that is no, because earnings, I don't consider the company to be high quality because earnings per share are not growing. Revenue's growing, but earnings shares are not. And the reason behind that is decreasing margins and increasing shares on issue. In fact, if you have a look at the increase in profit, it's doubled over the last 10 years, but shares on issue have doubled over the last 10 years. Hence, no increase in earnings per share. There's been an increase in earnings, but not earnings per share. Okay, let's have a look at some of your comments. Rick Helium talking about Appen. I've already sort of discussed Appen. Happy now. Having spent the last 3 Christmases in hospital watching someone fighting for their life, the start of your video certainly hits home hard. What did I say? Oh, I remember what I said. I just remembered. I think I said something like, just being alive is a present for me. So I definitely can see why, yeah, if you do have a loved one who's in hospital fighting their life, just seeing, and if they come or pull through, what a gift that is. Yeah, I can definitely, yeah. Fortunately, I've never really have gone through that. Can't believe I've never really gone through that. Anyway, thank you for these kind words. Happy now. Very kind words, very nice words. Yes. Rick Thelling says he remembers Atlas Pearls, Close the Loop, and Bet Makers. Talking about Magnificent Seven. Suggestion of who the big boys are invested in. An example, Warren Buffett bought more oil stock, near 30% total holding of New York Stock Exchange, OXY, when oil down, what's it called? Occidental? Did I get that right? Occidental? Yeah, Occidental. It's really interesting. Some people just blindly buy what Warren Buffett buys, but they make a lot of mistakes. They bought Kraft Heinz. They bought the airports, or the airlines, not the airports, the airlines. They do make mistakes. So just because they're buying a lot of Occidental Petroleum doesn't mean it's going to be a really good investment from them. I don't know anything about this company. I do know that oil is not really moving at this point in time. It's been going sideways for about 5 or 6 years. So maybe you could take it from Warren Buffett that because they're putting a lot of money into Occidental, the share price will go up. Or maybe there's something really good about Occidental, just a company, and not really the stock. So anyway, when oil down, looking cold, but price down, to do with pump and pump Trump. So the other thing is, Trump is really pro-oil, and if he really sort of encourages oil production in the United States, that should actually put pressure on the oil prices. It should actually go down, not up. So if anything, Trump would be not a good thing for oil in terms of prices. Good for the consumer, but maybe not good for companies. Yeah. Rick Thelling also says, I know what you're saying about high-quality companies in long-term investments. Just even looking back into 2000 to 2025, the share prices have increased. Caltex, computers, yeah. I think, yeah, one of the things I would say is it's really, like a good example of this is Woodside. I would not even think about Woodside as a high-quality company. And all you have to do is look at the long-term chart for Woodside. It's the share price right now. The first time the share price went above $24 was way back in 2004. We're talking about 20 years ago. The share price, if you bought this company 20 years ago, you've had no capital growth at all. So that's what I mean. You can actually have a look at what's a high-quality company. What's a high-quality company? Let's have a look at Microsoft. So this is an interesting one because Microsoft, well, yeah, you have to, because the share price has increased significantly over the past 10 years, you have to use a logarithmic chart. There we go. And that's a beautiful chart, by the way. But if we go, and you notice the share price since it listed has gone up. But there was a period of time here between 2000 and 2013, share price went sideways. So even in high quality companies, share price can go sideways, but this was more of a valuation. And during this period was a time of multiple contraction. The company actually grew during this period, but the market was less and less willing to pay premium for Microsoft. And then the share price started to go up again in 2013, when probably the PE ratio of the company was probably like 15, when it was like 100 back in 2000 anyway. And so that's what you do see. All you have to do is look at the long-term chart, and you can see characteristics of high-quality companies versus low-quality companies. It's just there in the chart. Going back further, BHP shareholders did well. Yeah, BHP shareholders have done well. So BHP, again, if you have a look at the BHP long-term chart, this has gone up through time. But you'll notice there has been periods of time when the share price has dipped. 2016 was a good example. That's the time to buy. I believe that's the time to buy these companies or mining companies when they're at the bottom of the cycle. That was the bottom of the cycle in 2016. But over time, you've done fairly well with BHP. BHP's done well for its shareholders. So if I did have to call any mining company high quality, I'd probably say BHP is that company. Okay, thank you for that, Rick Thellion. Bruce Lee, probably not that Bruce Lee, because I'm pretty sure he's dead. You may want to avoid PDD. Trust me, BABA is my recommendation. Okay, I had no idea who PDD is. I'm like, who the hell is PDD? So I actually did look at it. It is a Chinese retailer. What is it called? Pinduoduo, whatever it's called. Pinduoduo, whatever it's called. I forget what it's called. I have heard of it before. In fact, TradingView does not say what it is. Pinduoduo. Definitely Duo. What is Pinduoduo? Yeah, Pinduoduo, the business is the largest product of PDD Holdings, yeah. So I'll be honest with you. I tend to stay away from companies that have any dealings with, well, not dealings, but any Chinese-based companies. I do like Alibaba, and I do own Alibaba. That's the one exception. That is the one exception. And the whole reason behind this is because of what happened on the ASX back in 2015, 16, maybe 17, when quite a few Chinese-based companies listed on the ASX, and none of them survived because I think they were just a scam. I shouldn't say that. I think they were just a vehicle for Chinese nationals to get their money out of China into the Western world. I think that's all they were there for. That's the only reason they listed on the ASX. Okay, Rick Thellion, got no presence. Or a block of coal. COVID, that's right. You did get COVID. Waking up in the morning, seeing the sunrise is always a bonus. Yes. The one thing you don't have to worry about me, and I've told some people about this, I think I told my parents, the one thing you don't have to worry about me is taking my own life. That would never happen to me. I just like life too much. In saying that, there have been periods where I have, struggled, but I've always realized that when you do go through a bit of a struggle period of a downturn in your happiness, it's usually temporary, for me anyway. But I'm very blessed that I don't have any psychological problems. Don't suffer from depression. I've lived with people who have bipolar, that sort of thing, and it's not a good thing. Video Associate says, by the way, thank you, Sanjoy Baniya. Video Associate says Steadfast, ASX in 2025. Steadfast, is that is that the company you think is going to do really well? So let's have a look at the chart for Steadfast. Maybe I should do a video on Steadfast, whether it is good value at current levels. Okay, so this is the weekly chart for Steadfast. So the first thing I would say is, this is the characteristic of a high-quality company. So maybe this is a high-quality company. It does look like, however, in saying that, possibly the share price is trying to turn over or maybe consolidate. That's the first thing I see here, is maybe the share price has reached its limit. I don't know. For the time being, anyway. Raven, hi Kneppy. Would you take a look at Blue Star Helium on a trading halt? I'm on a wing of prayer with this stock. That sounds like you're just hoping. Just hope. Hope is not a investing strategy. Hope is probably the worst thing you can do when you're holding a company, because it means the probabilities are not in your favor. You're just hoping. You want the probabilities to be in your favor for success. That's what I'm going to say about that. Let's have a look at the Blue Star Helium. Seems like all the interest in helium's gone out. Haven't heard anything about helium lately. Share price is 0.4 cents, so straight away, not even a thought when it comes to investing in this company for me, because it's below 1 cent. They have made an acquisition, strategic helium acquisition option. Now, in saying that, the share price has not moved, but it didn't move on the 23rd. Let's have a look. No, it did not move. It's not moving. Not moving at all. And you can see when you do get some share price increases or decreases, it increases by a fair bit or decreases by a fair bit. So increases by 25% and drops by 20%. And you probably would get a little bit of day traders in this. Maybe not a lot, but maybe you would. And so someone who just gets bored would sell at 0.3 cents, and then a day trader gets it, and they put automatically straight away, as soon as their bid gets hit at 0.3, they put the sell bid in at 0.4 and just, hope it gets hit. Other than that, I don't know anything about Blue Star Helium, except they've acquired a helium asset. And the last thing I'll do is have a look at their quarterly activities and cash flow report. By the way, we are moving into January, and January is an exciting month because it is quarterly reporting season, not only in Australia, but also in the United States. It's always exciting. Galactica. This is exciting. I guess for those who know anything about Sci-Fi, would know Galactica and Pegasus, Battlestar Galactica, and Pegasus was the other ship. So only 2 ships survived the Cylon attack, and they were Galactica and Pegasus. Serenity is the ship in Firefly. There's also a movie called Serenity. So a bit of a sci-fi tinge to Blue Star, which maybe makes sense because it's called Blue Star. I like this company just because of Galactica, Pegasus, and Serenity. And that's all I know. And that's all I'm going to talk about when it comes to this company. Let's have a look at, what was the ticker code, by the way? BNL. I'm just going to see how many, what the market cap is and shares on issue, that sort of thing. So there could be a lot of shares on issue. Yeah, 2.7 billion shares on issue. Market cap is 10.8. So that is a problem, shares on issue, because if they do have to raise money, you're going to see that shares on issue just balloon like Bowen, Coke and Coal. So that's another red flag for me. Share price, red flag. Shares on issue, red flag. So, yeah, you're winning on a prayer. You're just going to hope the company releases something really good. And thank you for your next comment as well. Raven says email payments is up in revenue this year by 164 million. Seems like a good, nice increase in revenue. And thank you, nice. Thank you for your very kind words. Very kind indeed. So many kind words today. Invest ASX AU, Kneppy. Oh, laughing at CTI Logistics. Let's have a look at how this company is doing. Let's have a look. Oh, it's actually not doing bad. Yeah, it's down as low as 40 cents back in the GFC, and it's up to almost $1.80. The weekly chart does not look bad at all. Struggling getting above $2, I'll give you that. And that makes sense because $2 would be an important level. And you can just see a bit of a double top at $2. So interesting chart for CTI Logistics. I'm not sure why this person is laughing. That's pretty old video, I think, CTI Logistics. I wonder if this tells me when I've released a video. It doesn't say when. Anyway. That's all I'm going to have. Sorry, Sensei. Thoughts on AFI? Yeah, I'll get to that through another video. But anyway, if you have any questions, any thoughts, leave those in the comment section of this video. Otherwise, I'm not a financial advisor. If you need financial advice, make sure you seek out someone who is qualified and can speak to your own financial needs. That's it for this video. Have a good day. Bye.